Good morning, honored graduates, Ithaca College faculty, staff, parents, friends, and family members of our graduates. Welcome to our commencement ceremony. We would like to first acknowledge that the land we are on today is on the traditional territory shared between the Haudenosaunee Confederacy and the Cayuga Nation. We acknowledge the painful history of genocide and forced removal from the territory. We honor and respect the many diverse indigenous peoples still connected to this land on which we gather. To begin the celebration of the class of 2023, our commencement ceremony will begin with a fanfare titled Omega Launch, composed by Jack Goodnow. Now proceeding into the arena, our Ithaca College 2023 graduates, led by the Senior Class Executive Board. And now, please welcome our distinguished Ithaca College faculty, led by our faculty marshals, Professor Hugh Egan and Professor Bernard Bynes.
Now leading the platform party is our college marshal and longest serving faculty member, Professor Barbara Adams. Next are the trustee marshals, Dana Professor Patricia Zimmerman and Professor Patrice Pastor, followed by the Ithaca College Board of Trustees. Now members of our senior administration, including the deans of our 5 schools.
Our student speaker, Francesca Infante Meehan. Honorary degree recipient, Loki Mulholland. Our commencement speaker, Larry Hirshorn, class of 1980. The Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Melanie Stein. Board of Trustee Chair, David Lissy. And the 10th President of Ithaca College, LaJearne Terry Cornish. Guests, friends, and family members, along with all Ithaca College faculty, staff, and administration, will you please help me recognize all the degree candidates as I ask them to stand? Will all degree candidates stand if you are able and be recognized? President Cornish, graduates and guests, Ithaca College's commencement ceremony is now convened. If you are able, please rise for the singing of the national anthem of the United States of America by Anshul Indudir, class of 23.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
If you are able, please remain standing for the singing of the Alma Mater by members of the graduating class.
Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. How about another round of applause for Anshul and the great rendition of our national anthem? And to our School of Music students for an incredible rendition of our alma mater. Fellow alumni, members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished guests, members of the faculty, parents, staff, and most of all, our graduating students. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And yes, it is a good morning. Welcome to Ithaca College's 128th commencement. My name is Dave Lissy, and I'm a proud member of the Ithaca College class of 1987, and I have the distinct privilege of serving as the chair of the Ithaca College Board of Trustees. And it's my sincere pleasure to be here with you to open your celebration. You know, today is a day that all of you here in this arena have been working towards and have been looking forward to for a really long time. And in particular, this class has endured unprecedented challenges that led us to today. And being here is the result of a huge amount of hard work and dedication. And by the way, not just on the part of our students. Successfully navigating college is not something you can do alone. So I'd like all of you in the class of 23 to stand up for a second, turn around, and join me in thanking the thousands of family members, loved ones, friends, supporters of you who helped get you here to this day. Stay standing for one more moment and look this way to my right and my left. and join me in offering your sincere gratitude to our Ithaca College faculty and staff for their dedication and commitment to your excellence. You know, okay, we can sit now. You got plenty of time to stand. You might as well get a little rest. As an IC alum, being on campus, particularly during this time of year, brings back great memories. 36 years ago, I sat in your chairs, and I vividly remember pulling out of Ithaca after a couple days post-graduation with all of my worldly possessions that still fit in the trunk of my car, filled with lots of excitement and, of course, some anxiety about what came next. Looking back now, I would encourage all of you to lean in, soak up the moment, but also to have confidence that your time at IC has prepared you for the journey that lies ahead in whatever your next step may be and long beyond. I hope you find, as I did, having been the first in my immediate family to earn a 4-year degree, that Ithaca will always be a second home to you. Not necessarily in the sense of a physical shelter, but rather a place that will forever hold a special place in your hearts and your minds. And who knows what else it may provide, as I met my wife of 32 years right here in the East Tower. So giving really new acknowledgement to Ithaca forever, right? So on behalf of the IC Board, Ithaca College Board of Trustees, I want to offer my sincere congratulations to all of you who collectively will now and forever be the Ithaca College class of 2023. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce someone that I have the privilege of working with really closely, who is an incredible force for this institution. Please welcome the 10th president of Ithaca College, Dr. Lejeune Terry Cornish.
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you, Dave, for your warm introduction and for all the support you and the board give to our students, our faculty, and our staff. We truly appreciate it. The day we've been waiting for is finally here. Welcome, class of 2023, and our distinguished guests to our 128th commencement, as Dave said, at Ithaca College. Give them another round of applause. It is truly a privilege to congratulate our soon-to-be alumni on this outstanding accomplishment. It takes focused dedication, exceptional balance, and rigorous study to achieve excellence in an academic field, and I commend you for the commitment you've demonstrated. In all, almost 1,200 students comprise Ithaca College's class of 2023. I'd like to add another group of individuals in our community who have reached an important milestone during the past year. I wish to honor the 23 faculty who have earned tenure or promotion in the last year. Can we give them a round of applause? I also wish to thank the families and supporters who have provided critical support on their students' journey to graduation and have played an active role in the life of the college. Graduates, the gowns, caps, and tassels that all of you wear unite you and reflect not just pageantry, but pride and purpose. Through additional cords, stoles, and pins, many of you are representing who you are and who you've become. They signify your impressive achievements in athletics, work experiences, organizations, and honor societies. Although they differentiate you in some ways, they also celebrate the only things that every graduate shares: the uniqueness of your story and your commitment to build upon it. You come from many states and from around the world. It is the weaving together of your respective perspectives that gives the class of 2023 its inspiring strength and its enduring character. There can never be another class exactly like yours, and we miss you already. Our world has changed dramatically since 2019, and the challenges you have overcome were unimaginable to the alumni who came before you. But to all of you, the very fact that you are sitting here today is proof of your resilience. You have served as models for our community by demonstrating compassion, grace, and persistence. You have endured much, and you have excelled greatly. You have places to get to, and we can't wait to see where you go next. You are not leaving South Hill. You are launching from South Hill. Following a tradition begun in 1992, the college's centennial year, each graduate has received a medallion inscribed with a quotation chosen by the college's president. The quotation I have chosen comes from civil rights activist Coretta Scott King. It reads, "The greatness of a community is most accurately reflected or measured by the compassionate actions of its members." To me, this quote reminds us of our shared responsibility as citizens of the world to demonstrate compassion, to demonstrate grace, to show love even when we don't feel like it, and more importantly, to view the world through multiple perspectives. It also reminds us to remember that it takes many people to create a community, and how those people act, individually or collectively, is key to the community's survival or its demise. Imagine for one moment that we are indeed our brothers and our sisters' keepers, and that their ability to survive, and dare I say, their ability to thrive, is directly tied to our ability to act with a heart of grace and a soul generated by love. Luke 12:48 says, "To those whom much is given, much will be required." You have been given a first-class education by some of the best teachers, scholars, and practitioners in the world. You leave here knowing how to think critically, creatively, and analytically. You possess the knowledge, skills, and dispositions necessary to hit the ground running when you enter your chosen field or your profession. You are the personification of theory, practice, and performance, the hallmarks of an Ithaca College education. Now, pardon me, but you gotta get a drink sometimes. As each of you prepares to begin your next chapter, it is my sincere hope that you practice compassion and offer grace when it is warranted, remaining optimistic about humanity's potential for progress and change. But during the times in your life when the valleys come, when hope runs dry, I hope you will find a way to dig the well a little bit deeper, to tap into some reservoir that can sustain your compassion and replenish your hope. Whether it is from the pull of a better tomorrow for your community, or from the push of a past that your community can never return to, you must find a productive way forward, no matter what, because your community will be counting on you, and because you have been equipped so to do. Regardless of where you go or where you end up, we hope you will keep in touch. And please note that there will always be someone who could benefit profoundly from your story, your insights, your mentorship, here on campus. We will leave a light on for you. Now, it is my honor to introduce to you an alum, Loki Mulholland. Loki is a Roy H. Park School of Communications graduate and a He is also a civil rights activist in the mold of his celebrated mother, Joan Trumpauer Mulholland, whose story he told in the children's book, She Stood for Freedom, and in the PBS documentary, An Ordinary Hero. His other notable award-winning documentaries include After Selma, The Evers, both shown on Showtime, The Uncomfortable Truth, shown on Amazon Prime, which dives into the 400-year history of institutional racism in America. Mulholland founded the Joan Trumpauer Mulholland Foundation, which takes a multifaceted approach to educating people in anti-racism, and he regularly speaks around the country on issues of race and social justice. He joined his mother at Ithaca College last fall, advising students about how they can have an impact on issues of injustice. For his work, his stories, his insights, and his compassion, I am pleased to honor Loki Mulholland as Ithaca College's 2023 honorary degree recipient. Loki, please join me. And I ask Provost Melanie Stein to join me in presenting the honorary degree. Loki Mulholland, you have been awarded the degree Doctor of Letters, honoris causa. On behalf of Ithaca College, you have our warmest congratulations on your accomplishments, and we thank you again for sharing in this moment with our community. Thank you. It is now my honor to introduce another alum, Larry Hirschhorn, class of 1980 and 2023 commencement speaker. You can give him a round of applause. Larry went from the graduation stage to the Broadway stage. From South Hill to 42nd Street. And now he returns, not just as a producer, but as an iconic Tony Award-winning luminary. He has 4 Tony Awards to his credit and could earn a 5th, as he is on the production team of The Sign in Sidney Brunstein's Window with Rachel Brosnahan. Among his countless other credits include The Addams Family with Nathan Lane, Driving Miss Daisy with James Earl Jones. And if you're less familiar with Broadway, let me put it this way. He's worked with Darth Vader, Timon, and Mrs. Maisel. Larry Hirschhorn.
I'm just going to echo Dave. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Y'all look amazing. And this is a really big room. Thank you, President Cornish. for that incredible introduction. I'm not quite sure who that was you were describing, but I do hope I get to meet him while I'm here. I am so proud to be joining Loki, Francesca, and Linda here on the stage. I wish you could have heard Loki and Linda last night. I'm just so grateful I don't have to follow them today. Really, congratulations to all three of you on your richly deserved honors. To the deans, faculty, board of trustees, parents, family members, and especially to the class of 2023, good morning. I want to thank the senior class officers for choosing me as their commencement speaker, but let's be honest, after Jon Stewart, Oprah, and Bob Iger all passed, I was the next obvious choice. Seriously, though, this was never something I even dared to have on my bucket list, and I'm so grateful to you for this lovely and unexpected honor. I want to give a quick shout out to my family members who are here with me today. First of all, my amazing wife, Melissa. We celebrate our 35th wedding anniversary this summer. Yes, she has put up with me that long, and she's the main reason I'm standing up here today. Our wonderful sons, Josh and Ben, are here, as is their big sister, Jessie, and her partner, Dev. Jessie is a proud member of the Ithaca College class of 2016. She also graduated with a BFA in theater, just like her dad. Yes, indeed. Having her attend school here was such a special bonus in my life, and gave me the joy of 4 additional years of excuses to come up to visit and relive my wonderful times here. Speaking of wonderful times here, I also want to acknowledge my dear old friend and college roommate who's here with me today, Rick Stoneback. It means the world to me that he's here, but more importantly, he's an eyewitness for all our classmates who would never, ever have guessed that I would be standing here today. I have to confess I was totally speechless when I was asked to do this, and that doesn't happen very often. I said to President Cornish, you know, I've been extremely lucky and successful many times in my life, but I am definitely not well known for my writing prowess. To which she responded, excuse me, Larry, are you trying to tell me that you graduated from one of the finest student-centered comprehensive colleges in America and you don't know how to write a speech? It's true. Now, I don't know her all that well, but I do know when I've been outsmarted. So here I am. Oh, thanks. I realize I'm supposed to stand up here today and spout brilliant jewels of wisdom to inspire all of you in navigating this next chapter of your lives. But I have to say, the fact that all of you survived college and thrived during the last 4 years is nothing short of miraculous. During a pandemic and with the crazy and alarming things that have been going on in this world, I don't think there's anything I could possibly say or teach you that you haven't already figured out for yourselves. And for that, I think all of you deserve another huge round of applause. You know, when I started to tell friends I had been asked to do this, I, of course, got tons of advice. What to say and how to say it. Many folks sent me their favorite commencement speeches to watch. I watched a few of them, and then I came to the sad realization that I'm never going to be Shonda Rhimes, or Steve Jobs, or Jim Carrey. So the best approach would be quite simply to just be myself. Yes. To thine own self be true. And when I began wrestling with what I could possibly speak to you about, I remembered the very first rule of writing I ever heard, which is write what you know. And the thing I know the most about in this world is theater, because I have been involved with it in some capacity my entire life. I have always loved it and the impact it can have on people, as well as its capacity to hold a mirror up to our societies. It's funny, quite often a friend or a fellow parent will ask me to please try to talk their child out of becoming a theater major. And I always respond, absolutely not. I will not do that. Getting an education in theater, or any of the arts for that matter, creates some of the finest, sensitive, and kind human beings on this planet. Actually, the same can be said for any student who is lucky enough to go to Ithaca College in any capacity. They help to create human beings who understand how to take risks, how to solve problems. Human beings who can imagine solutions to problems we are not even able to predict. Speaking of which, where are all my theater majors out there? You know, we used to come in with balloons so we could see you clearly. I see you all, you red carpet lovers, and I am so thrilled to be up here representing all of you along with Francesca. So, what does a theater degree actually teach its students? Well, you may not be aware of it, but there are many aspects of a theater education that all of us use in everyday life without you even realizing it. To start off, theater teaches you how to be a good collaborator. As the famous saying goes, teamwork makes the dream work. It teaches you how to work with others and forces you to work together as one. The legendary Broadway director Hal Prince, who directed Phantom of the Opera, Evita, and Sweeney Todd, to name just a few, used to always say during rehearsals, the best idea wins. And it didn't matter if that idea was coming from an actor, a follow spot operator, or an usher. Whichever idea could make the show the very best it could possibly be was the one that he would go with. And I think that's a very wise way to approach most things in life. Check your ego at the door and allow yourself to be open to all of the possibilities and suggestions, even ones from unexpected sources. If you have really great collaborators, they will lift you up and make you look even better than you would have on your own. I always tell my kids, if you surround yourself with people who are at the top of their games, they will make you look like you are as well. Another important skill theater teaches us is how to listen. Often, the very best actors are the ones that can convince you that they're really listening, even if they've heard the same line 8 times a week for 2 years straight. In my opinion, one of the biggest challenges facing our world today is that people don't really listen to each other anymore. Don't just pretend to be listening while you're spending the entire time thinking about how you can respond or how what's being said applies to yourself. Really listen and respond accordingly. Ask more questions. You'll get your turn soon enough. You'll also learn that sometimes the things that are the hardest to listen to, ideas that you might at first not want to hear, hold the greatest potential for your own growth. Similarly, another skill necessary in the theater is to be in the moment. Really enjoy and experience your surroundings. Take the time to absorb them. So yes, stop and smell the roses, but really smell them. Enjoy the aroma, but know that sometimes getting pricked by a thorn is part of the experience. And whenever you're on an adventure or trying out something new, remind yourselves to enjoy the ride and take note of how it makes you feel. Taking risks is another huge part of how we create theater, but also how we all get ahead in life. Dare to try something new. Force yourselves to think in a different way than you normally do. Walk home in a new direction whenever you can. Say yes to new, scary experiences. Honestly, the reason I am standing up here today is because back in 1997, I decided to take a huge risk. An underused theater space in Upper Manhattan was presented to me by chance. As I toured the facilities, a wave of fear and excitement washed over me because I knew at that moment that my life was going to change if I was willing to take a leap of faith. I was an actor at the time, and I didn't know the first thing about producing theater, but I dove in head first, and I started an off-Broadway theater company, which set me off on my path as a theater producer, and I've never looked back. I learned by the seat of my pants, and yes, I made many mistakes, but that's how I learned what not to do. No risk, no reward, right? And just know that there's a chance that you may fail along the way, but the final outcome can still be successful. Mark Twain said it beautifully. He wrote, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did. So throw off the bow line, sail away from the safe harbor, and catch the trade winds in your sails. Explore, dream, discover. In other words, take the trip, buy the shoes, and eat the cake. And sure, you might get lost, get blisters, or put on a few pounds, but you will have lived with fewer regrets. Something else which is essential in the arts and everyday life is being fast on your toes and being able to pivot artfully, flexibility. This is why improvisation is an integral part of any theater education. The first thing they teach you in improv class is to say yes, and, right? Improv forces you to listen, again, to really listen and to use your brain, to make something less about you and more about making your partner look good. If you think about it, we all improvise all day long. Nobody's following a script in real life. Nobody tells you what to say on a phone call. There's nothing rehearsed during a conversation at dinner. One of my favorite quotes on the subject comes from the actor Alan Arkin. He said, "All of life is an improvisation whether you like it or not. Some of the greatest scientific discoveries of the 20th century came just from people dropping things," which is hilarious and so true. Again, it's all about listening, being in the moment, and embracing the possibility of failing successfully. So as you can see, theater really does teach us all quite a bit about thriving in our everyday lives. But I think the most crucial thing it requires of us is to be kind. The arts teach us to be kinder because they help us enter other people's stories. And this then creates empathy. To me, kindness is the most important trait in all of life, not just a life in the theater. Being a jerk or self-centered or argumentative during rehearsals or any kind of meetings or gatherings, it gets you nowhere. It's the team players who always help elevate the quality of the project. Kindness is infectious, and it's up to you to help spread it around. As my mother used to like to say, a little bit of sugar goes a very long way. Kindness, flexibility, improvisation, collaboration, listening, observing, absorbing, and risk-taking. Regardless of what your degree is in, these are all tools that could be useful for all of you. All things which I hope can help steer your paths as you approach the new, everyday stages in your lives. As President Cornish mentioned earlier, I'm lucky enough to be on the producing team of several shows, including right now the Broadway hit Hadestown. We won 8 Tony Awards, and it's currently running at the Walter Kerr Theater on Broadway, as well as being on a national tour. And we'll be opening up in London's West End in the spring of 2024. Okay, my blatant sales pitch is now over. The show is written by the brilliant Aeneas Mitchell, and there's a wonderful toast given during one of the songs, which I'd like to leave you all with now. So if everyone could please raise your imaginary glasses with me, except for those of you that have flasks on you, which my roommate Rick and I may or may not have had at our graduation. So come on, get your glasses up, please, everybody. And the toast simply goes like this. Here's to the world we dream about and the one we live in now. And I truly can't wait to see that world we all dream about, which I know will become a dazzling reality in the capable and brilliant hands of the Ithaca College class of 2023. Just remember to take those risks, spread kindness, and always enjoy the ride. Congratulations, and thank you so much for this special honor. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Larry, for your insightful, inspiring words. Can we give him another round of applause? I am so pleased now to introduce our next speaker, Francesca Infante Mean. I'm just gonna let you do it.
Thank you, thank you. Keep going, keep going. Hi, everyone. Congratulations. You probably know me as the girl who sends you an email every week telling you to purchase your senior savings card or order your regalia. I had so much fun being the head of communications for our class, and it feels right to have our final senior communication here at Commencement. I want everyone to look around and see who you're sitting next to. We are officially a part of the Ithaca College alumni community. You know what that means, right? We now get 10% off at the campus store. No, but seriously, congratulations, everyone. We just graduated college. No matter what you studied or where you end up using that degree, this is your built-in network and support system that doesn't just end once we cross this stage and shake those hands. Ithaca truly is forever. But today is not just about graduating and getting the heck out of here. I want all of us to reminisce about Ithaca. Before all of it, our peers, our professors, our community is no longer at our fingertips. I owe a lot to this school. If it was not for Ithaca College, I would not be able to discover who I am. Just like many of you, I was able to find my best friends here, my roommates, my passions here, and most importantly, I found my future here. I have met some of the most interesting and talented people here at IC. I mean, how couldn't you? We have one of the top music, theater, and dance schools. We have one of the top communication schools. We have a top business school. Don't get me started on HSHP with the PT and OT programs. And obviously, humanities and sciences. I mean, the list just goes on and on. How could you not meet great people when there are just so many great things happening around you? Ithaca is probably the only place where you could see a Broadway-level production on campus one day and then watch the football team take home the Liberty League the next. But when I came to Ithaca, I was absolutely terrified. I visited once, and I visited in February, so naturally a snowstorm was happening. You could barely drive, so we had to walk all the way up South Aurora just to tour the school, and I still came here. I didn't know my roommate, Jade Reiner, at all, who has now been my roommate for 4 years. We met up once, and the only time we ever texted prior to move-in was who was bringing the mini fridge and who was bringing the microwave. And I was sharing a room with this person. I did a Jumpstart program. I know a bunch of you did that too. And then we had 1 full week of orientation. What other school gives a full week of orientation? We all got to spend the week finding new friends, not having to worry about the first college-level courses that we would be taking on Monday. And now, as we stand here, basking in this final moment of college, I want nothing more than to go back and do it all again. How was Midnight Madness 4 years ago? What I would give to wait in that long line next to the campus store to pick up my packages again. What would I give to hear the words, "Want to see some magic?" one more time? I want to be waking up at 7:30 a.m., registering for next semester's classes, CRNs at the ready. It feels like just yesterday I was evacuating West Tower because somebody burned their mac and cheese in the microwave. I'm going to miss the back bar at Mooney's, house shows, drag nights at the range, and most of all, parties at the Pootie. We will never be able to just get a group together to go sledding, and we sure won't be able to go to the gorges whenever we please. I'm going to miss getting every single meal at Campus Center. Like, what now? I'm gonna have to cook for myself? Despite COVID, throughout our time here at Ithaca, we have had endless opportunities and endless exposure to really cool stuff. I mean, this year alone, my roommate came home with an arm cast she made in class. We got to watch our football team play at Yankee Stadium. Yankee Stadium! What other school does that? I've been to like 5 Hallel events, and I'm not even Jewish. I went to my first and last Kendall Day. I got to see many of you present research at the Whalen Symposium. The women's soccer team took home the Liberty League for the first time ever. And thanks to our endless on-campus resources like PPACs, I got to see the making of an incredible senior thesis film. Yeah, we missed out on some time here on South Hill, but I like to think that's what made the time we did have here so much more valuable. So try not to forget this place. Remember the sunsets from Circle's apartments. Remember the new friends you made studying abroad. Remember the old friends you lost touch with. All the ups and downs that happened have shaped us into who we are now, college grads. So be proud of yourself for getting here today. 4 years of hard work, and let's be honest, a bit of laziness and some fun went into this one day. Enjoy it to its fullest. Stop and smell the roses. There won't be another one for many of us. I can't wait to see where your degree takes you. I look forward to reuniting with many of you at the Corticas to come, or just getting updates through your life on LinkedIn. But as one door closes, another one opens. Here's to our future. Here is to the Ithaca College class of 2023. Ithaca forever! Thank you.
What I would have said was that Francesca was selected by her peers to be the senior class speaker. She is hilarious. I'm going to tell a short story. We were at an alumni event, and she sat at our table, and she said, when I went to London, I had a mission. I wanted to find Colin. I'm going to leave that last name off. So and it's an actor, okay? So she followed the son on Instagram to see where the father might be in London. And lo and behold, she went to the son's performance and saw the father and did what she intended to do. So that's ingenuity. Thank you, Francesca. I now want to take a moment during our celebration today to continue an Ithaca College tradition, the awarding of the Presidential Medal. This award was created to celebrate members of the IC family who demonstrate a strong sense of service and sustainability to benefit the greater good and whose lives embody the values of Ithaca College to activate change in the world. When I started at Ithaca College in 2018, this year's recipient was warm, welcoming, and incredibly generous with her time, her insights into the college, graciously answering all of my questions as I found my way here. I am speaking of Dr. Linda Petrosino, who has served as the Dean in the School of Health Sciences and Human Performance for more than a decade. Her roots in the school and the college run deep. She holds both undergraduate and graduate degrees in speech-language pathology from HSHP. In the early 1900s, her great-grandmother was the advisor of women for what was then known as the Ithaca Conservatory of Music, and her grandmother and grandfather both graduated from here. Among her significant accomplishments as dean, Linda consolidated the physical therapy program and facilitated the development of doctoral and master's degree programs. She stepped in twice to serve the college as the interim provost and facilitated 2 presidential transitions. During her time here, Linda has overseen countless accreditation plans, master plans, facilities plans, and strategic plans. If we planned it in the last decade, she helped. The only plan of hers that we did not immediately welcome was her plan to retire after this academic year. We are so very grateful for her leadership and her mentorship. She will always be part of the Ithaca College family. I am now pleased to honor our 2023 Presidential Medal recipient, Dean Linda Petrosino. Linda, please join me at the podium. To commemorate this moment, the college is honored to present you with this gift and with a 2023 Presidential Medal. Linda, for all you have done, we thank you. We are better because you were here. Provost Stein will now come to the podium.
Thank you, President Cornish. Good morning. I'm Melanie Stein, the Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. I am honored to be able to celebrate this day with our newest Ithaca College graduates and with our faculty, staff, families, and friends. I will now ask the academic deans to formally present their candidates for their school's degrees. I would first like to invite the Dean of the School of Music, Theater, and Dance, Anne Hogan, to the podium.
Will the degree candidates within the School of Music, Theater, and Dance please rise if able? President Cornish. President Cornish, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements and who are duly recommended by the faculty for the appropriate degree, be it Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, or Bachelor of Fine Arts. Candidates, please be seated.
Thank you, Dean Hogan. I would now like to invite the Dean of the School of Humanities and Sciences, Claire Gleitman, to the podium.
Will all the degree candidates within the School of Humanities and Sciences please rise if you are able? President Cornish, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements and who are duly recommended by the faculty for the appropriate degree, be it Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, or Bachelor of Fine Arts. Candidates, please be seated.
Thank you, Dean Lightman. I would now like to invite the Dean of the Roy H. Park School of Communications, Amy Faulkner, to the podium.
Will all the degree candidates within the Roy H. Park School of Communications please rise? President Cornish, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements and who are duly recommended by the faculty for the appropriate degree, be it the degree of Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, or Bachelor of Fine Arts. I can't hear you, Parkies. Candidates, please be seated.
Thank you, Dean Faulkner. I would now like to invite the Dean of the School of Business, Michael Johnson Kramer, to the podium.
Will all the degree candidates within the School of Business please rise if able? President Cornish, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements and who are duly recommended by the faculty for the appropriate degree of Bachelor of Science. Candidates, please be seated.
Thank you, Dean Johnson Kramer. I would now like to invite the Dean of the School of Health Sciences and Human Performance, Linda Petrosino, to the podium.
Will all the degree candidates within the School of Health Sciences and Human Performance please rise if able? President Cornish, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements and who are duly recommended by the faculty for the appropriate degree of Bachelor of Science. Candidates, please be seated.
Thank you, Dean Petrosino. I now have the distinct pleasure of asking our candidates to come forward and receive their diplomas. The name of each graduating student will be announced as the student crosses the stage. As a reminder to families and guests, please remain seated as professional photographers are on hand to take pictures. Once everyone has received their diploma, President Cornish will officially confer degrees.
Francesca Infante Meehan.
Connor Joseph Watson.
Jason Donahue.
Anna Elizabeth Schmant.
Melina Sisiglin.
Peter Louis Marara.
Christian Castro. Massimo Francesco Giacona.
Jessica Starr Petty. Athena Bianca Rinai. Delia Ruth Vasey.
Anshul Indu Deer.
Caitlin Nicole Squires. Sarah Singer.
Morgan Kingsley. Christopher An Nguyen. Hallie Aaron Kessler. Emma Kate Johansson.
Madeline Mealy.
Jason Eric E. Harrison.
Maya Elizabeth Jasmine Phoebe Scriven.
Caitlin Holtzman.
Margot Sophia Stern. Alexa Spinato. Luke Prescott Pullman. Henry Rideau Page. Jacob Taravella Pasquale.
Ryan Bennett Ham. Jacob Engelman.
Samuel Timothy Pulvan.
Sean Coppola.
Evan Michael Oken. Jacob Christopher Reed. Ethan J. Tumala.
Adam S. Friedman. Robert Hively. Gabriel David Evans. Jade Alexis Greer.
Sophia Jordan Roberts. Alexander Kiplangat Rono. Shayna Kiyo Yasunaga.
Madeline Grace Coe. Justin Foster.
Abby Ingrid Schroeder. Eva Salzman.
Brendan Iannucci.
Ajan Sandeep Patel.
Henry Thomas Morgan Bulkley.
Ian Prince.
Andrew James Aiken. Matthew O. Kane. Kayla Grady.
Liam Michael Mazierski. Joseph Michael McNosa.
Quinlan Armstrong Berry. Kyrie Edward Goodman. Connor Lang Chin.
Aiden Patrick Tuffy.
Madison Haley Bell. Amelia Bauman.
Melanie Sepulveda Rosado.
Amelia Priya Enkim.
Isabella Sivo Reyes.
Max Benjamin Friedman. Benjamin Angelo Garuccio. Kaylee Smith Arnold. Grace Taggart Corey.
Lucy Rismeyer.
Shannon Rose King.
Atticus Louis Rubottom. Kevin Redfield.
Nicholas Daniel Lapinig. William Borowski.
Ian Matthew Morley.
Annalise Mary Francie.
Mark McGeehan.
Andrew James Bernard. Raphael Brown. Emily Ackerman. Gemma Contessa. Elijah DeCastro.
Nico Swan Stykos.
Alexa Faith Chalnick.
Kaylee Stark Meredith. Ren Joseph Perchlik.
Emma Popovich Bogdanich. Michael A. Brindisi. Dylan Tyre Brown. Angelica May James.
Evan Turcon.
Miranda Danielle Gale. Borba D. Wright.
Jacob Allen Shelley.
Andrew Brown. Ben Jocelyn. Nicholas Bernard Bika.
Tyson Lee Williams. Alex Schwobel.
Hannah Elizabeth May Chapman.
Samantha Ray Shelley. Ted Karanja Mburu.
Somia Joshi. Maishena Alexis Hills. Bianca Jeffrey.
Kalina Ariana Yearwood.
Mia Herr.
Ra Alea Spencer. Kayla Nicole Wilkins.
Serena Belt Gupta.
Alexis Stewart.
Arlo Catanzaro.
Taylor Ann Tice. Bejan Philip Benny.
Onassis Cabrera. Vanessa Ibarra.
Sierra Paulino. Journey Renault Singleton.
Daisy Quadillo Silva. Amethyst Baker.
Kiana Nicole Panazzo.
Linnea Faith Garchidi.
Amanda Elizabeth Nadal. Sophia Merrill Scher. Isabel Amanda Marenberg. Elizabeth Ann Newcomb.
Sydney Grace Johnson. Vladimir D. Doroshenko.
Maxwell Sobel. Dustin Terry.
Lucas Jaffe. Reese Earhart Clausen.
Noah Sandler.
Noah Spencer Falk.
Danielle Bellamy Trent, Angela Marie Wright,
Jane Daisy Canachotis,
Rufus Mulhaupt,
Andrew John Highland, Harrison John Kona,
Mark Mason Pusky,
Reed Harrison Freeman, Chloe Lucille Gibson,
Anna Wolverton, Gabriel Clay Worth,
Thomas Atier, Adam Gillespie,
John Edward Moorhead, Robert Burton Shearer, Lillian Ruth McCormick, Christina Maria Rattigan, Lacey Taylor Young, Keegan Anthony Palmo,
Chloe Eberhard, Emily Rose Fisher, Megan Elizabeth Handley, Sydney Alice Cozzolino, Jaden Asher Levine, Talia Fontanilla,
Colin Galbraith Ryer, Marco Halabi Painter,
Rin Deegan,
Anna Christina Rabinas, Brooke Mary Lewis Phillips, Samantha Susan Roach,
Sierra Bond,
Connor White,
Seth Dickinson,
Logan Burt, Carol Ann Christine Meldrum,
Marissa Bukowski, John Carr, Destiny Lynn Gladney, Emma Jane Heyer, Aaliyah Callan, Matthew Robert Firestein, Rowan Donahue, Leanna F. Krause,
Michael Snowden, Veronica K. McCarthy,
Delia Rose Amatoro,
Alyssa Kim Saracini,
Grace Ann Baranek, Rachel Weston Cass,
Melissa Lynn Mannix, Natalie Sarah Triviano, Annika Euland, Stephanie R. Pond,
Alec Chasen,
Spencer Park,
Sienna Dusk Fuller, Ryan Scott Comito,
Caroline Elizabeth Perrin,
Kayla Hope Berry, Trish Hong Lee,
Angelica Maria Otero, Matthew Navaran,
Aaron Zachary Eisenberg, Calvin Carmichael,
Sarah Webb, Connor William Richard,
Harrison Lane Boris,
Sam Zucker,
Jonathan Anderson. Aiden Jared Burke. Jake Maxwell Fleischman. Frazier Dodek.
Chase Noah.
Kian Corral.
Joseph Mann.
Andrew Guerra. Maxwell Adams.
Maya Grace McCullough.
Denise Kaloja. Alasia R. Duncan. Nandi Simone Jameson. Eliza Grace Knight.
Erica Jordan Reyes. Sierra Gianna Martinez.
Tessa Lynn Coleman.
Liam Edward Roberts. Isabella Orego Madrignan.
Anna Jo Ray Neambe Lubasi. Elizabeth Gilmartin.
Daniel Mayhill.
Zachary Jacob DeBrino. Sabina Lueras.
Nicholas Traficante.
Oscar Patterson Eisenson.
Mackenzie Joy Seawagon.
Gavin Latimer.
Bailey Shea.
Angela Lopes.
Stephen Ramos. Adrian Rosario Vito.
Destiny Lynn Arce.
Inkaira Ramos.
Ashley Cabrera. Adriana Collado.
Anna Papadopoulos. Wendy Mawena Tewia.
Kimberly Ampansa Fosu.
Oliver Carlton Waterley.
Sebastian Xavier Fullerton. Julia Grace Kazmerchak.
Abigail Grace Stengel.
Sierra D. Efalt. Wesley O'Rourke Hudkins. Justin Eishen. John Patrick Kendall. Jake Erickson. Connor Brumfield. Carter Clover.
William Winters. Patrick Jameson O'Connor.
Demetrios Lowry. Ryan Patrick Laforte.
Andrew Tinez. Allison Post.
Amberly Christensen. Jessica Sarah Braden.
Michael Nicholas Nieberg. Sirio Sasaki.
Rowan Buck.
Matthew Harris Wolf.
Samuel Cheney.
Elliot Maxwell Mintz.
Miracle Blandon.
Rachel Rose.
Sophia Rose Goldstein.
Julia E. Tomanovich.
Meredith Elise Garrity. Ava Fowler. Daniel James Jago.
Alexander James Watley. Leo Jeffrey Rosenblum.
Benjamin Phillips Coates.
Ryan Matthew Medeiros. Aliana Grace Zabel. Allison Marie Musa. Isabel Gray Passaro.
Julie Blair Gorell. Lauren Ann Chisano.
Skylar Marie Damboys. Dylan Race.
Mateo Hernandez.
Tenjing Sherpa. Innocenzo Matthew Martolucci. Dylan Reed McCring. Sam Culver Williams. Justin Shosted.
Catherine Morgan Downey. Andy Frank. William Howell.
John Millad. Catherine Mullen Meckley. Caitlin Patrone. Megan Elizabeth Sullivan.
Amanda Catherine Kelty. Nicole Rose Alduino. Rebecca Ann Andrews. Alonso Gonzalez Bueno. Noah T. Satursky. Megan Elizabeth Eckerson.
Laura Catherine Van Boris. Aaron Settle. Allison Lee True.
Evan Collis Puro. Benjamin Edwin Jennings.
Zachary Yip.
Michael Avanesian. Maggie Durkola. Jessica Shirelli. Joshua Quo.
Megan Rhiannon Parker.
Catherine Ida Christensen Provost.
Jason Trafton. Arislandi E. Rivas Valdez.
Zane Avery Grimes.
Olivia Stanzel.
Clary Patricia Atherley.
Angelina Grace Posterivo.
Zachary J. Lemberg. Ian Nicholas Ochterberg. Mohammed David Sissi.
Andreas Rendon.
Teldon Lopes Latufo.
Jolivia Manning.
Laura Caridad Avila. Camille Marie Ely. Brianna Paige Diaz. Brenna Nicole Hanratty.
Katrina Louise Pullman. Carly Georgia Wolfart. Carly Sue Whalen.
Erica Michelle Elsisson.
Taylor Volmrick.
Mackenzie Carol Kahn.
Danielle Nicole Travato.
Henry Foxell Fordyce Grant. Seth Lacan Freeman. Jacob Perry Lentz.
Gregory Size.
Owen Asher Guston Dunn Hindle.
Jack David Pesch. Benjamin Quinn Vidish.
Shante N. Gregoire. Mariah Anna Bird. Rajay Channer. Miles Haynes.
Jordan Rafael Sosa. Tolulope Sosa.
Stephen Christopher Howard Jr.
Antoine Robinson.
Daniel DeMar Hutchinson. Anthony Diadetta. Eli Kuhn. Noah Haberman. Dylan Joseph Henderson.
Giovanni Michael Tambori.
Jacob Robert Applebaum.
Nicholas Tyler Matera.
Connor Wilson Glunt.
William Reese.
Lee Allison DeYoung. Abby Michelle DeMorris. Samuel Bryant Levy.
Tanya Nicole Weingart. Brianna Lynn Payne.
Anna Elizabeth Dubkowski.
Ashley Marie McDonald.
Jenna Marie Gallioni. Isabella M. Bulusin.
Brianna Hope Wiener.
Isabella Reed Greason.
Ken Suzuki.
Linus Richard Charles Dental.
Hannah Rachel Wishard. Alexandra Santinello.
Julia Rose Davis.
Carly Grace Valet.
Lily Marisa Batt.
Colden Stachio. Benjamin Raymond Rath. Tyler Stephen Ruck.
Aiden John Bierman. Maddox Lufrano.
Maya Ruthann Wall Esteves.
Caroline Elaine Hoovler. Julianne Acuna. Madeline Anderson Cavatayo.
Kylie Marie O'Shea. Madison Stanton.
Emily Hung. Alexis Ann Greeley.
Wyatt Paul Mazak. Eric Woodhouse. Brady Spalding. Rachel Madison Paskowitz.
Taylor Cliff.
Catherine Marie Urbano.
Taylor Jordan Callis.
Greta Josephine Unetich.
Jennifer Hopkins. Laura Elena Ilioi.
Jordan David Scruggs.
Ephraim W.S. Graham IV.
Zachary O'Brien. Nicholas Daniel Richard Ward. Jack Christopher Standwill.
Tyler Castro. Jillian Conlon. Elizabeth Ruth Kleinerman. Erin Marie Hayes.
Kayla Lang Rowan. Teresa Volk. Emily Elizabeth Wenzel.
Jillian Keller Fakis.
Emily Grace White. Jack Dylan Stern.
Tyler Edelman. Brendan Kyle Lebich.
Liam Daniel Spellman. John McCarthy.
Aiden Lucas Keenan. Alexander Cabecca. Allison Del Orto. Madison Casal. Kaylee Collins.
Riley Ann Piramali. Miriam Mastelman.
Tava Adriana Casper. Emmett Berry.
Jordan Rocks.
Sean Philip Libra.
Alec Carlos Rios. Riley Olson.
Sarah Emily Cashton.
Jonah Schweitzer.
Catherine Kiozik.
Claire Thompson. Madeline Margaret Maxwell. Morgana Zendejas Peterson.
Jordan Patricia Broking.
Imani Turner Wells.
Alexandria Just. Mackenzie Grace Boggs. Lindsay Elizabeth Honor. Gracie I. Gleason. Julia Marie Collins.
Mahum Azim Qureshi.
Victoria Keenan. Benjamin Joseph Berkowitz. Abigail Marie Aiken. Griffin Anthony Frechette.
Eleanor Shanton.
Rocco DiMailo.
Brian Andrew O'Donnell.
Dean J. Gudick. Jeremy Noah Goldstein.
Dane Madison Richardson. Thomas Frank Muma. Matthew Lewis Sossler,
Jaden Richard Becker, Max Finkelstein, Nicholas Lubrano,
Noah W. Scott,
Emma Gregory, Amber Lynn Lobos,
Peter Walls, Jose Manuel Verdiz Salazar,
Isadora Francesca Dendanto,
Caitlin Gale Posey,
Mary Givlahan, Olivia Rain Knapp,
Emma Skoglund,
Gretchen Bookman, Jack B. Acello,
Noah Ethan Schwartz, Joshua Stephen Silverstein,
Lyle Noah Caban,
Tyler Scott Reese, Benjamin P. Norcross,
George Patrick Christopher II, Christian Charles Grigas, Mackenzie Anna Bauer, Isabella Ray DeVette, Jada Lind Curtis,
Isabella Marie Roth,
Alyssa Cooney, Noel Foster, Justin Richard Avella, Michael Buetti, Brett Figelman, Ethan Birch, Pablo Correa Ramirez,
Isla Rose, Nora Batya Marcus Hecht, Mayavati Miriam Prabhakar,
Atalia Britton Noel, Shoshana Miriam Cohen, Ariana Paige Hertz, Ann Kennedy,
Andrew John McGee, Iris Nelson, Cole Munger,
Tessa Lee Kurtz,
Grace Anna Medea, Austin Fallows Rufino, Lila Grace Weiser, Tori Christine Postler, Jess Hacks, Gabrielle Sidney Shapiro,
Olivia LeMay Donnie,
Charlene Vargas Remigio,
Evelyn Huang, Amulia Ravitej Bachala, Clarhos Job,
Gavin Tremblay,
Caitlin Rose Glastonbury, Nicholas Benham Brichetti, Byron Emilio De Leon,
Ben Mackerel. Sheila Wallace.
Elizabeth Rose Dawson.
Madeline Simone.
Olivia Catherine Heath.
Emma Powell. Sona Manassian. Megan Jo Robery.
Emma Clinton. Allie Lewis.
Bea Tria.
Ashlyn Rose Darpino.
Jillian Rossbach.
Catherine Dower. Hannah Nicole Dahl.
Nicole Osofsky.
Sydney Burlingame.
Maxwell David Powers. Stephanie Montero.
Abigail Brady.
Ana Rosaria Erma Maniaci Magao.
Brittany Gale Hope.
Jana Haley McIntosh.
Danielle Elise Jassy. Thomas Kerrigan. Stephanie Nora Hawkins.
Cora Michaela Payne. Massey Williams.
Sarah Elizabeth Borsari.
Tessa Christine Warner.
Kyle Harrison Friedman.
Jeanette Elizabeth Rodriguez.
Aaron John Hutchins. Trevor John Britton.
Carly M. Madden.
Anna DeLuca. Nicole Antoinette Fortunato. Alexa Lee Kaiser. Catherine Kruger.
Emily Catherine Shorb.
Sophie Daly.
Hannah Villison.
Katie M. Arsenault.
Peter Petrov Odazhev.
Dominic Hirschkind Hidalgo.
Madison Prudence Romanola. Cameron Scout Olmsted. Ella Tunis. Daniel Reuben Malone. Victoria Heather Temple Washington. Halima Abdi Osman. Sarah Rose Pagano. Catherine Rosa. Lauren Kelly Sill.
Julia Delaney Daff. Lorelei Faith Fisher Harrell.
Olivia McKeon.
Maggie Doxey. Ahmed Al-Ghamdi.
Kylie Noga. Megan Gabrielle Yates.
Lily Jean Armbruster. Kayla Marie Howley. Jenna Kraus. Miriam Jean Brown.
Julia A. Young. Kurt Manick.
Harris Balesi. Olivia Gellig. Grace Ann Bonner. Alyssa Fish.
Dylan Anthony Patemri. Richard Michael.
Aiden Gregory Bradley. Justin Alexander Lordy.
Alexandra Stewart.
Alexander Charles Felker.
Joel Michael Spiridigliosi.
Leah Janet LaChance. Nicholas Charles Ayanta.
Wyatt Weldon.
Amy Vieira Heil.
Marie Adele Plouffe.
M. Diane Haig. Sydney Alfano.
Allison Catherine Ross.
Anna Rose Damagella. Elise Herbel.
Ishmael Andrew Martin. Donald Schweikert. Tyler Scaffelstead. Julie Ann Regosa. James John McHugh.
Grace Gallagher. Margaret Christine Frederick. Sabrina Ann Beach Layson. Emily Renee Latimer. Desiree Grace Holtz. Lucy Maria Calderon.
Lainey Carol Sodoma. Bailey Pastor. Amanda Jean Myers.
Allie Lamoureux. Hannah Rose Hughes. Jacob Del Vecchio.
Kendall Lee Martin. Parker Sidney Shug. Max Tanzer. Lucas Nidich.
Kayla Renee Cranmer.
Kristen Stefanik.
Eleanor Margaret Kay.
Anna McCracken.
Jillian Blyer.
Camille Smith. Aizhen Tang.
Zoe Davis. Sarah Elizabeth Koberger.
Sarah Sposito. Ethan Varela. Campbell Slazik.
Raja Engtek Ding. Chloe Krizek. Devin Andrew Green LaSelva. Tiffany Amber Hottie. Hannah Julia Cloud. Samantha Frieri. Allison Page Hillebrand.
Emily Van Wagener.
Oliver Catanzaro. Charlotte May Kakamas. Megan Marie Gallagher.
Caitlin McConnell.
Lauren Ann Daig. Leah Ilana Edelstein.
Nicholas Peloso.
Claire Marmion Brickell. Erin Elizabeth Bevan.
Meredith Grace Robbins. Sarah Jane Wright. Lauren Anna Schmidt.
Jordan Alexander. Gabriel R. Levitan.
Mirab Samad.
Ryan Costello. Henry Fowler.
Jack Sanders. Roe Scanlon Black. Caroline Sable.
Bridget Higgins. Mia Loretto. Robert Russell Irvin. Margaret Harper.
Joseph A. Pineda Jr. Josie Walsh Mastropiero.
Lillian Elena Knowlton.
Julie Ann Wilson. Abigail Rose Mara McGregor.
Almog Ali Landsberg. Diana Rose DeLuca.
Vivian Zofia Piasecki. Marley Azucena Pelton Fuentes. Isabella Sofia Morel. Andrea Mehuto.
Colin Joshua Fadale. Connor James Hayes.
Joseph Ryan Puckey.
Jonathan Daniel Crowley.
Maxwell Hampton Perry.
Julian Demaga.
Karina Rose Norman.
Kennedy Taylor Heichel.
Jamie Lily Ann Rossig. Megan Catherine Matheny. Colin Patrick Norton.
Joseph Paul Arico.
Jake Charles Ross.
Chris Loqueta.
Robert Gregory Penhollow, Ryan Russo,
Ashton Hurd,
Victoria Rose Pantina, Katie Lynn McEntee, Jade Maria Reiner, Emma Louise Sawyers, Elena Weir, Stephen Soravilla,
Jason Matthew Haber,
Benjamin Stola, Dan Mason, Shay McKenna, A.J. Wingfield,
Francis Aaliyah Boo, Kendra Lizette Castro,
Sebastian Alberto Santiago, Gabriel Morel Jr.,
Khalifa LaKenna, Muhammad Isifu, Deontay Marquise Guy,
Caleb J. Rojas, Isaac Perez,
Shivori Jean,
Kendall Blaine Riley, Nano Win, Paul Ta Shu, Kate O'Sullivan, Logan R. Sands,
Micaiah Armani Adams, Ruth Nohemi Hernandez, Kaylee Charnay Clark,
Nigel A. Young, Ayanalise Velasquez,
Callum Howell,
Nicholas Paul Takad Reyes, Theodore Michael Marston, Nathaniel John Oskowski, Dominic Martin Makula,
Ian Ertel,
Tyler R. Sherbo,
Chloe Gray Landau,
Kaylin Ann Zadravek, Rebecca Annie Steinberg, Alex Rader, D. Winston, Julia Rose Sanchez, Samantha Kathleen Penand,
Caitlin Jade Kratzky, Anita Lucille Lucas, Ari Johnson Goodman,
Cariel Reynolds, Oluwadamilola Risikat Oyetunji, Umu Sise.
Itzel Yamalet Alonso.
Shayla D. Suku.
Rugi Balde.
Ida Myung. Sarah Margaret Marshall. Azaria Royalty Wise. Sarah Grace Zakaruski. Eliza Ostrovsky.
Brianna Carrasca. Caroline Herz.
Jane Elizabeth Pfeiffer. Faith Willett.
Anna Lee Freeburn.
Elizabeth Uxtons.
Alex Matthew Dietz.
Amit Aiden Rosenberg. Hannah Schultz. Emma Catherine Vakiner.
Julia Elizabeth Kratz.
Isaac S. Schneider.
Lexi Jean Danielson. Elias Gilbert Elliott. Rachel Shea Kaiser. Katie Crom. Isabel Sedia.
Eliana B. Wallach. Robert Pucci. Theo Mitchell Somerville.
Caleb Francis Balmorris.
Grace Ann Murphy Nolan. Flynn Townsend.
Isabel Joy Karpovich. Tatum Elizabeth Dowd. Ashley Cook. Evan Clark.
Justin Yeager. Lauren V. Mitchell. Gianna Nigro. Emily Renee Tierling.
Raven Giselle Goodson.
Jack McKeown. Evan Allen Miller.
Lauren Elizabeth Heitzman.
Anna Carolyn Rubino. Olivia Francis Rubino.
Zachary Kalinowski. Lauren Viola Brady.
Carolyn Ann Posio. Naya Alexis Lynn Paulden.
Zoe Alexi Kiriakopoulos.
Irina Nakri Kelly Rosenberg.
Lauren DePietro.
Holden J. Shatui.
Rachel Elise Lang. Allison Grace Branch. Erin Elizabeth Kiley. Andrea Joy Cosgrove. Josephine Holman.
Emily Marie Vandersleen.
Katie Champagne.
Jenna Noel Molnar.
Abigail Marie Esperson.
William Beauvais Wahlberg. Summer Nasrallah. Shayla Uakea Wingate.
Benjamin Ryan Brown.
Hannah McHale.
Julia Colucci. Zola Campbell.
Callie Ruth Schwartz. Madison Swanhart. Nakia Melvin. Cameron L. Nichols.
Brianna Michelle Lennon. Grace Victoria Isaacson.
Jennifer Cheryl Pitts.
Emily Ann Dorn.
Elizabeth Ann Pillow.
Allison Marie Egan.
Cameron Enola O'Leary.
Arla Jin Davis.
Claire Elizabeth Thompson. Damon Day Thatcher.
Hayden Alexander Feldman.
Ingrid Matilda Swanson.
Sophie Claire Goodnow. Julia Irene Heberly.
Kaylee Elizabeth Rothenberger. Julia Ryan Spruance.
Martha Kemp Nielsen.
Christia Park. Natalie Christine Smith.
Mary Gersick. Cameron Rose Coffey.
Sophia Ann Mahoney. Colin Daniel Murphy.
Daniel R. Hewson. Molly Gewurtz Daniele. Thomas Cohen.
Kelsey McCann Roy. Evelyn Ann Parfit. Olivia Vitale.
Anna Catherine Cox.
Callie Ray Trainer. Ian Runquist. Sharon Zhu. Lily Sung Ha Metzger. M.C. Reynolds.
Jack J. DiBattista.
Ryan Smith. Lolly McClellan. Maya C. Stengel.
Jacqueline Page Chin.
Matthew Sevish. Kelly Elizabeth Warren.
Isabella Basile. Mackenzie Charlap.
Violet Lokelani Schwartzsmith.
Rhea Anglada. Jesus Manuel Felix. William Rex Lovejoy.
Luis Francisco Rodriguez.
Angelica Ballard.
Bryn Tamarelli McKeown.
Jane Brennan. Emily Lizette Alberison. Joseph Carollo Bayona.
Alexis Faith Zambrano. Lily Ann Reese. Carly Margaret Randall.
Ellen Simone Hazler.
Dahlia Gail Munir.
Julia Elizabeth Giovinco.
Kayla Richards.
Evan J. Glotzer. Lazara Leonard. Reed Alderon Fedors.
Tristan Wells Scheller. Stephen Ross Zucker. Jorge Rodriguez. Peter Francis Schuckman III.
Luis Hernandez. Eze Chukwueze. Matthew Joseph Byer. Anthony Raymond Giovanoli.
Seth Jacob Weinstein. Daniel G. Mata Jr.
Dylan Earl. Jolie Berkowitz. Shannon Marie Ferletti. Madeline LaHood. Sabrina Danielle Katz.
Katrina L. Tucci.
Natalia Hallie Becker. Joanne Brasilian. Lucas Kavanaugh.
Brett L. Sullivan. Margot Malusena.
Ashley Elizabeth Gratian.
Charlie David Norman. Nicholas Ransom.
Eric Siegel Ackerman.
Shay Nolan.
Brendan James Lackey. Sabrina Danielle Katz.
Alexander Edward Olszewski. Matthew Mamet.
Casey David. Kristen Katie Grace Ho. Bethany Jean Holland. Timothy Hannon. Daria Karpenko.
Dylan Zink.
Abby Burgess.
Julius Oscar Wijano. Himadri Seth.
Chi Le Huang.
Nguyen Phan In.
Noah Lewis Lovelady Allen. Thomas Barraclough. Beatrice Eubine Kim. Timothy Robert Kuhn. Kelly Wells Ford.
Kylie Stacy Mabus. Ella Nicole Skinner.
Simone Marie Blanchette. Kayla Krista Jones. Shreya Chopra. Jacqueline Leone. Adam Battershell.
Joseph Salet. Tobin Whitener.
Lisa Potavi Demeeth. Maverick Alexander Beeman. Joy Marina Green.
Rebecca Kate Moore. Megan Elizabeth Sergi. Cassidy Mary Triolo.
Nicholas Healy Bamonde. Quentin Charles Warren Bowden.
Peter Gregory Rader.
Melanie Cardos.
Cassidy Dawn Astrid Richardson. Jaden Elizabeth Richardson.
Allie Nicole Buxtall. Cecilia Mary Carney.
Angelina R. Rosanio. Sophia Madeline Roy.
Ellen Chapman. Brielle Constance Long. Bryn Carolyn Donovan. Sophia Schwenk Bogart.
Gavin James Pritchard. Paige Josephine Pimentel. Anna Mae Kerr Sinclair. Winnie Zhang. Talia Joy Morris.
Maxwell Davis Bridges. Nicole M. Herndon.
Jaden Mason.
Finley Edmonds.
Sarah Ostermeyer. Lindsay Sayer.
Kayla Marie Joyce. Sam Howard.
Gavin Andrew Watt.
Dylan Clark. Sydney Ann Brumfield. Juliana Martha Louise. Madeline Leitner.
Molly Reed Stanton.
Charles G. Amen. Andrew John Caffrey. Emily Alexandra Levine.
Trent Asa Reiter.
Lauren Nancy Amato. Hope Ann Borsick. Nathan Connor Guay. Luke Cowder. Julian Crescenzo Iacono.
Brendan Trevor Mavis.
Anthony Bocha.
Lillian Lynette Roman.
Maeve Cadigan.
Quinn Whitman.
Elizabeth Sarah Cordone.
Megan Teresa Robinson.
Louise Barron. Grace Ann Clark. Riley Fassett. Elizabeth Alaperti.
Ruth Elizabeth Yingling. Catherine Mary Nelson.
Carly Jacqueline Hokinson. Lana Giovanna Ioso. Sarah Lily Brown.
Madison Jane Martinez.
Megan Page Byington. Joel Henry Helmick. Jacob Ambrosia.
Sean Patrick Malone. Anthony Robert Maselli.
Julia DiGeronimo.
Cedar Winslow. Nicholas Bernard Matticheri. Mercedes Stump. Ainsley Joan Shelley. Chloe Pinar. Maggie McDonald.
Riley Michael Guerin. Connor Michael Hibbard.
Andrew Christopher Tell.
Aiden Jeffrey Chard. Hannah Marie DeChalet. Zoe Dominica Johnson. Matthew Warren Gardner.
Rebecca Rivera. Matthew Reisacker. Amari Morgan.
Sarah Hendy.
Caroline Joanne Mannion. Tessa Nicole O'Leary. Julia Margaret O'Keefe. Olivia Merriman.
Lauren Marie DePrima.
Esther Elizabeth Moore. Nat Thomas Rishag.
Leo Bombard. Jules Brooke Dreitzer. Samuel Benjamin Liebman. Leonardo Gabriel Do Amaral. Cameron Jade Auerbach. Alexander Scott Hunsaker.
Abigail Page McGuire.
Sean Fisk. Jeremiah James Hainline. Chase Bunshu. Adam Leo Lampel.
Avi Raymer.
Leah Camille.
Eveline O'Reilly.
Susan Edelstein Lester. Miranda Beer. Hannah Rose Guard Wise.
Addison Nadler. Sarah Stoll.
Matan Berman. Jack Kuzala. Quinn Thomas Ketchum. Matthew Garrity.
Sierra Renee Winter Kleppel. Julian Au Sanita.
Wow. Okay. This concludes the on-stage recognition of our graduating students. Now, graduating students, I invite you to now take a deep breath Look around and fix your thoughts and emotions in this moment so that you will be able to recall them. Will all the candidates for the undergraduate degrees in the class of 2023 please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Ithaca College Board of Trustees and the New York State Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree for which you have been recommended by the faculty, with all the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto. And now, I would like to invite each of you to join me in moving your tassel from right to left in symbolic commemoration of your commencement. Congratulations.
Party and faculty leave the stage, and the ushers release your row to exit the A&E Center. Please join us in the Campus Center quad for refreshments and a time to meet with your dean and faculty. Thank you for being a part of the 128th Ithaca College Commencement Celebration.